is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a most marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another whether we want to or not, and whether we agree with each other or not. We had some differences of opinion with the incident with the Somali woman in Texas, and I want to share some of your comments. At Goosemaker or Gusmaker 9191, I don't condone violence, but there was a Somali man from her community that was there who said she was antagonistic and berated the Haitian foreigner who bricked her. The Somali witness said that she is a known troublemaker in the community and her community ain't rocking with her like that. Plus, she's a lesbian feminist that hates men and wants them to protect her, so she's confused. Plus, she denied a police report, so that's a red flag. I don't think she's being honest about what happened. Well, I don't think she's a lesbian feminist because she has a son, and there is a picture of her on social media kissing a man and calling herself the future Mrs. Dr. something or other. So I think that's in question, but even so, with all of that, she did not deserve to be hit with a brick for refusing to give somebody her telephone number. But I really appreciate your comments. At Roxanne B. Lilly 5553 says, some of these same men who are criticizing this woman are often abusive in their homes to the women they love. It is very shameful. No woman deserves to be assaulted with a brick because she refuses to give her phone number to someone she does not like. We need to be respectful to each other regardless of gender. And that's the truth. At BBP LLC Music 181 says, while I usually agree with your comments, I think you're off tonight. I'm not seeing black men online rejoicing about not protecting black women. Rather, I've seen black men refuse to place themselves in harm for a feminist who openly disrespect and demonize black men while advocating for her independence and claimed strength. They are properly asking, why should they protect her and possibly be placed in harm while doing so, giving her posture towards black men and her instigation of the circumstances that escalated into her being hit with the brick. Well, first of all, so many of the people who commented on this thread talked about being put in harm's way. None of my commentary ever suggested that anybody be put in harm's way. My commentary has been about two things. Number one, he should never have hit the woman in the first place, so nobody need be put in harm's way, including her. And number two, no woman should be required to give anybody her telephone number, and she should not be assaulted because she doesn't want to give you her telephone number. That's all my commentary has been about. And everybody keeps jumping on here talking about putting themselves in harm's way. It's astounding how frightened black Americans are. I didn't realize that. Now, I don't live in a place where I feel threatened. I don't feel threatened every time I walk out the door. But a couple of people did say that they will call the police. In my opinion, that would really be all that would be required, because if you call the police, you're going to have to tell them what happened and give a description of the people involved. And the police can take it from there. The police department of anywhere in the United States of America would be happy to track this man down, tase him, whoop his ass, call for backup, shoot him if they have to, and then put him on trial if he survives and send him to jail for 10 or 15 years. So nobody really has to put themselves in harm's way. At Priest Bokami 1 says, if you can't handle rejection, don't be in the game. It's just that simple. At Friedman Holocaust Victim 7467 says, black American men or women are not muling for immigrants. It's a new season. We have our own issues. I don't personally have a problem with people who refuse to recognize other people's humanity, but that's not me. A person does not have to be a black American for me to acknowledge they were wronged. At Johnny Davis 9494 says, Lady Boulay, been listening to you for about 3 weeks. I love your program and energy is very positive. Well, thank you very much. At Aunt Smith 5956 says, I respectfully disagree. This Somali woman is a well-known troublemaker in the area. I highly doubt that any woman would tell their male child to go jump in the middle of two strangers arguing. Camera surveillance shows no activity. There's no police report. But we do have a woman who has vanished after receiving $40,000 in donations. Well, she hasn't vanished for long. Law enforcement in the Western world can get up with anybody. Everybody is saying the same thing about this woman. The people in her community say she's a troublemaker, but this is being reported through third and fourth parties. Time will tell. Let's be patient. At Adding Up to 1002 said, Willie D spoke about this. I liked what he said. Yes, so do I. Responding to Adding Up to 1002, and I'm different, Mr. 843 said, and yet he was completely wrong, talking about Willie D, because a black woman misled him and the simp jumped out the window without knowing the truth. Reason many black men are in the grave today. See how these guys just take a running leap and assume that they're right, or what somebody said that somebody said was right. And also notice how black men are quick to jump to name calling black men who don't agree with them. They got all kinds of names for people who don't agree with them. This is very immature in my opinion. And Tracy F 4842 said, honestly, I wouldn't get involved in anyone's mess. I will call the police and have them take care of the situation. Just my opinion. Have a wonderful, blessed day. That's the least you could do. That's really the most anybody would expect you to do, because really, after the man has thrown the brick, there's nothing you can do but involve law enforcement. That's the link that's been missing in this discussion. That the police is still active in the United States. It is their job above all others to protect all American citizens. So we can't factor the police out. And increasingly, black women are going to have to factor the police in. Just report them to the police. Nobody wants anybody to put their life in danger. Because in fact, everybody's life is at risk when a fool is on the scene. And a person who would throw a brick at a woman would throw a brick at a man. Before Your Immigrants 8471 says, you're doubling down on this scammer? Imagine black American men and women fighting among ourselves over something that has to do a deserving Somali. I don't understand that. This is Jessie Smollett, Carly Russell all over again, two scammers. Her friends have come and said she's scamming. The people that put her criminal record, which includes prostitution, well, that's hearsay. I don't know all about that, but if she's scamming, it will come out. But what has been very telling about this whole thing is how black men feel about black women. The general consensus is that they don't feel that they should protect black women. I don't even know where this comes from, because black men don't really protect black women. They might protect their own family, but generally speaking, they don't. And they just keep making video after video about they want us to protect them, and they said they don't need no protection. It's just silly. I mean, at the point, it's just very silly. So really, black women now know if you want protection, it has to come from yourself, your family, or the police. Because really, that's where that's always come from anyway. Black American men, black people don't take ownership of each other. We don't do that. In that way, we are very selfish. So I don't think any black woman is expecting a black man to protect her. I think the least that black women are asking is that you leave them alone. This man just should have left this woman alone, if it's true. And if it's not true, then oh well. But it has been very telling. And I think now everybody understands black men don't feel they need to protect black women, which is something they've never done in the first place. So we can all rest easy tonight. Nothing has changed. It's been a lot of conversation, but nothing has changed. But I did want to share what you said to me, and my feelings have not changed. If she's scamming, she's scamming. But black men have really shown themselves. And number one, black men should stop harassing black women. And number two, they need to stop asking for people's telephone numbers because most of the time they don't want to give it anyway. So I believe that we can come to an understanding. I believe if black men would just leave black women alone, I'm talking about random people, leave people alone, and black women will actually leave them alone. I think we can make an agreement on that. But what say you? Let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And as always, have a great day.